So people are absolutely loving the fact that AJ McCarron has returned to the Bengals. And no one's loving it more than, you guessed it, Who Dey Nation. And it makes perfect sense because what he did for us in those 3 games he played and then obviously into the playoffs was absolutely MVP status, right? So because of that, everyone's excited, myself included, that he is back. So let's react to what people are saying about him being back in Who Dey Nation. For those of you Bengals fans new to the movement, AJ McCarron was our man in the Iron Mask. The King has returned. Okay? Looking forward to finding out if McCarron is him all these years later. Team McCarron, we back up. I want you to put the word out that we are back. Oh my gosh. AJ McCarron returning to the Bengals was not even on my wildest possibilities bingo card. I'll be honest with you, that also was not on my bingo card either. Out of all the options I thought that could happen with them going for quarterback options, he would have been in my top 10, but he would not have been in my top 5 by any stretch of the imagination. I just didn't think they were going to go after him. But you know what? Listen, shout out to that. Zim Huday, the McCarron Hive is back. There he is. AJ McCarron, number 4. AJ McCarron coming back to Cincy and the scene of the 15 wild card. I still remember throwing that touchdown pass, and the way the crowd erupted is something I've always remembered. Oh, Jeff Hobson. McCarron Truthers. I am inevitable. I am inevitable. Why I like the McCarron signed to the Bengals practice squad. Some starting experience, has history with the Bengals organization, a familiarity with the front office, tore up the XFL in 2023, hard worker with a great attitude that seems to fit the culture. AJ McCarron can absolutely steal the ship for a few wins. What's so funny is how much of an L Trevor Siemian was. Because Trevor Siemian was that big guy, we signed this offseason. Obviously, Brian Callahan had connection to him when Brian Callahan was in Denver. And obviously, Trevor Siemian was in Denver. So, there was all these connections. All these, oh, this is going to show why he's going to be our guy, right? Why Trevor Siemian's our guy. And he did so bad. I have never seen someone do so bad in the regular season in the preseason than Trevor Siemian. To not only lose your second string job, which at the time seemed like it was his job pretty much guaranteed, not only to lose that job, but then find yourself in a situation where they're bringing in a quarterback from 2015 to replace you. It's kind of crazy. No, on the real note, though, the reason why is because Trevor Siemian didn't want to be on the practice squad. So, AJ McCarron's okay with being on the practice squad. It makes it a lot easier to work with AJ McCarron then because they can move him off the practice squad, on the practice squad, off the practice squad, back and forth, and they don't have to worry about anything. It's just so much easier to work with AJ McCarron than Trevor Siemian, who is more high maintenance than that, I would say. I don't think Trevor Siemian's high maintenance, but the point is, he wants the certain system the way he wants it. There's no quarterback the city loves like AJ McCarron. I've definitely learned that very, very quickly. The AJ McCarron to AJ Green touchdown will forever go down as one of my favorite memories as a Bengals fan, before the epic meltdown occurred. After 8 years, he's back. Life really comes at you 360. AJ McCarron nearly broke the playoff curse in Cincinnati. Could he keep it afloat if Burrow needs a few weeks? Not as much of a McCarron. Not much of a fan as McCarron. Okay. McCarron is back. Was trying to come up with a joke when how old AJ McCarron was, only to find out he's a year and a half younger than me. Signing AJ McCarron made my day. This guy makes plays, and the stage isn't too big. I'd be peachy with Burrow taking it easy till the bye, and AJ at the helm for 4 to 6 weeks. What's so funny and this is just beyond hilarious at this point. It's like when, obviously the whole situation happened last week with Joe Burrow and his calf. It was like I feel like everyone had a collective agreement. Like, there's no way we can sit Burrow for like 4 weeks. Right? We cannot sit him for 4 weeks and put in, Jake Browning or whoever. We can't do that. We're gonna lose. We're gonna be in absolutely purgatory if we try to do that. Then all of a sudden here, we signed AJ McCarron. And everyone's like, huh, Joe, who? Who's that Joe guy? Get him out of here. This is hilarious. The Bengals signing AJ McCarron is actually crazy good. I love it. I live in St. Louis, so I enjoyed watching him play for the XFL Battlehawks. Him coming back to the Bengals is awesome. The Rock on Monday Night Football when AJ McCarron comes out. Knowing who AJ McCarron is lets you know who's been a Bengals fan longer than 3 years. I mean, I knew who AJ McCarron was. I didn't realize the significance as much, I will say. Welcome back home, AJ McCarron. Who McCarron mania? I mean, call me crazy, but I feel real comfortable with McCarron if Burrow went down. It is, honestly, it's the best, man. It's the best to have him back again. Like I said before, it's kind of funny how it's like Jake Browning and Trevor Siemian, and I would say, obviously, Brandon Allen for a certain degree, because there was the rumors of us potentially trading for Brandon Allen at one point. But it's just funny how all those guys like, hey, you guys suck. He's back. Himothy is back. Himmy Potter is back. The man we have all wanted for so freaking long is back. And it's what's so funny about this, right, is this is usually the perfect storm for a lot of different, players in the NFL. You look at history, right? Usually what happens in this type of scenario where you have a guy who comes back to a team, who hasn't been on the team for a very long time, right? He comes back and he plays for your team. Usually how this works, right? And I'm not saying it's going to work like this, but usually that guy comes in and throws and has it in the staying game. Like, he'll go in there, throw 4 5 touchdowns, 600 yards, absolutely just destroy everything, look like the best quarterback to ever play the game, looks like a Hall of Famer out there, right? Because of all the momentum, all the factors going into that game, people hyping it up, people excited about it. He has like the pretty much undeniable perfect recipe to look like the best quarterback to ever play the game. And usually what happens is the game after that, they usually have the worst game of their career. That's usually when they come back down to earth and they have a really bad game. But usually the first game is actually pretty dang good. So I'm going to tell you right now, if he wants to come in and play absolutely lights out football this week, I would not mind at all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.